Okay, this sort of feels like it was requested to me specifically, but whatever. Feedback Friday, number 65 of Mice and Mechs. So I'll note that Mark's Musterman here has been posting in the Roguelike dev Reddit for quite a little bit. Quite often you'll basically see him in sharing Saturdays, basically posting about his game. If I go down here just a little bit, you'll basically find it right there. So this be prepared for Feedback Friday in a subreddit, blah, blah. Anyways, he made this post about his game, basically asking for feedback. Specifically, he noted that he would like to see record videos. So guess what I do? And yeah, he likes negative feedback. So bugs, crashes, getting stuck, not understanding things, the useful stuff. So let's get to it then, shall we? I've downloaded the game. We're just going to see how it goes. Of Mice and Mechs. A pipe dream. Hello, I'm Mark's Musterman, and you are about to try my game. To improve the game, I want to learn more about how it is played. May I collect information about your interactions? So you guys to do this, by the way, where you can agree a data collection form. So basically, gets to track himself. I'll say yes to that. You can press enter to show the intro and cutscene. Escape to skip the intro cutscene. F11 to toggle full screen. Let's do that because I am recording in full screen for the most part. You are born into a world of metal. Neat. Rust. Mold. Strange machinations fill the world with ancient logic. And you work on tasks with unknown purposes. Press enter to stop washing. Press enter to stop washing. That might be it for the intro cutscene. It's basically this has this guy randomly wandering around at this point. That seems to be all that's happening now, so but despite all the unknowns, you have that voice in your head. It tells you you will rule the world someday, but first, follow your orders. Alright, well there we go. Press P to play, D for difficulty, G for game slot. Press F for the feedback form, P enter to play, D to select game slot, D to change difficulty. Let's just press P to play. You see nothing. You hear nothing. You know nothing. You feel a sharp pain boring through your brain. You remember how tendrils of pain grew from your implant. It burned your flesh and eats your mind. So press enter to stop struggling. Something breaks and your implant stops emitting pain. For a moment you hear terrible silence. But slowly you hear the familiar voice again. Suggested action, press enter to continue. Suggested action, press enter to open your eyes. So at symbol, you see walls made out of solid steel. Press enter to feel around. You feel the touch of the cold hard floor. Press enter to look around. The room is filled with various items. Press enter to orient yourself. You recognize your hostile surroundings and try to remember how you got here. Press enter to remember. You wait for one turn, until the explosions fully wake you. Suggested action, press Q to reach out to implant. Press Q to see detailed descriptions, question mark to see key bindings. So we're in the architect's lab. We've got health 200 of 200. We have exhaustion none. We got an epoch of 0, tick 2. Alright, so press A and D to move the cursor. Implant. The implant is your main help in this game. It will guide you from start to end and will always show you what keys to press to progress. On easy difficulty, you can finish the game by blindly typing down the keys shown. The keys to press are shown on the left side of the screen as suggested action. You are very welcome to not do what the implant suggests. The input instructions will try to adapt as good as it can. The instructions on how to do this will show on the left side of the screen. Keep in mind that capital letters have to be pressed in a shift plus letter. Capital letters will be shown in bluish tint. For example, if it's just action is a C, W, X, press shift C, then W, then X. A warning envelope, the capital letters will be blue. Sadly, the controls cannot be changed at the moment. If you have issues with the character running to walls, tap the keys instead of holding them. Okay, so apparently got like a sub, menu here. Key bindings. So you got WAS, basically to move around. Special move north, east, west, and south. When you basically capitalize them. Wait, that you got period, colon, dash, semicolon. So basically the period, comma, or colon keys, whatever. You wait one turn, 0.1 turn, enemy approach, enemy nearby. Oh, so there's different keys for different things here. Interesting. So you have wait one turn or wait 0.1 turn. That's unique because usually you don't see waiting for that long. It's usually you wait until a turn passes. Item interaction. Activate items, complex activate items, pick up items to drop items. Lowercase keys work on lowercase keys work on the square you stand on or the last time you bumped into. Uppercase keys open a secondary menu for selection what to interact with. You have fighting in here apparently. F is to shoot. Sadly, the controls cannot be changed to the moment. I have to say, by the way, that seems like a lot of capitalization for a lot of stuff here, but okay. There's a user interface here, so observe alternates, examine nearby items, open quests, so like that. And then submenus. Alright, so quests. You reach out to your implant and it answers. This room is exploding. We need to leave fast. Look for a door first, then move. Instructions to do that will be on the left side of the screen as suggested actions. I do like the fact that you have escape to close menu. Press O to observe the menu. So, observe. Observe coordinates 650, the architect's lab inside. Characters. Lone U. Clone. U. So you're a clone. No items found. Markings. Walking space. Steel floor inside. So press WWW to move toward a door. So W. W. So you took 100 damage. You have 200 health because you got hit by shrapnel. So I'm not bothered. This is not appearing very well over here, but I get the idea. I took 100 points of damage. You took 25 damage. You have 75 of 200 health because you got hit by shrapnel. Something explodes into shrapnel. You can't walk there north. Press O to observe. Alright, so we're basically, this is the Archer's lab here. So it's just action is basically move to, move cursor to door. All right, what's it telling me about cursive? Just like, capitalized W here or something? You found the door, close the menu now. Okay, so now it's telling me capital C, WX. So capital C. Press key for advanced complex interaction. So complex interaction north. So basically it's like, complex interaction. And then X to unblock the door. Okay, so there we go. Your implant urges, leave the room. Congratulations, you made it out of the burning lab. It will explode soon. Let me properly introduce myself. I'm your implant and I'll be helping you with your tasks. My advice is shown on the left side of the screen. What can I help you with? Let me watch the lab burn. Show me how to play the game. Help me heal. Help me find useful items. Help me get to safety. That seems like a good idea. Being outside is dangerous. There's an abandoned base nearby. This will lead you into the base. Help me find useful items. There are vials nearby. You can heal yourself with those. Fetch them to have some healing items available. You are hurt and should heal yourself. This will show you how to access the help menu. We already did that. The lab burnt down will surely be spectacular. Press W to distance yourself from the lab. Watch the lab burn. Oh, it's just telling me to go ... to let me watch it like, burn down. Press period to stop watching the explosion. The explosion in the lab woke up the local insects. You should get to safety before they start to hunt. What can I help you with? Show me how to play the game. Help me heal. Help me find useful items. There are vials nearby. You can heal yourself with those. Fetch them to have some healing. Alright, so that's a vial right there. So, okay, it looks like we got ourselves basically our sort of like, cardinal direction in roguelike. DDD. Press K. To heal using a vial, you have to go capital J, capital H. I'm really happy that there's helpful stuff in the left, because this would be a lot of key bindings to basically learn if there wasn't this sort of mode. So press H to basically back shield. So J, H. So W, A. You see a spiderling. It bounces on its many legs, almost drowning in the mud. It looks at you with its many eyes. Some show an expression of fear and some expression of disgust. Spiderlings are weak and not fast and have little HP. Apparently pressing Enter will also be able to do that. Voter. Press W to approach the enemy. Press A to attack the enemy. You took 10 damage, but we, did a lot of hit. Took 8. Alright, WWWA. The explosion lab woke up the local insects. You should get to safety before they start to hunt. So, J, H. Alright, we're full health again. Help me get to safety. Interesting. So it's kind of like we're on different tiles here. Now I have to wonder how much of this is procedurally generated at the start here, and how much of it is like, you know, predetermined to start off with the tutorial. Alright, so press D to enter. You stand around confused, press period. Your implant interrupts. You just activated a trap. This should not have happened. Examine the trigger plate to find out what is wrong. Press E to examine. You are looking downwards in examined position, 160. Press WASD to change that spot you look at. You can only examine the items below or next to you. The character will follow the cursor when moved. 3 things you found on a selected spot. Press WS to view details for different things. So clone U, trigger plate bolted, triggers an action when stepped on, walking space. Details for currently selected thing. Name is Florence Rockbreaker. It's just where health, our faction is city number 2, exhaustion 0, time taken 0.22, movement steps 1, attack speed 1. Alright, so trigger plate bolted, triggers an action when stepped on. This trigger plate detects you as an enemy and will trigger when you step on it. So this is faction C number 1. Your implant interrupts. The trigger plate detects you as an enemy, but has the right faction marker. Check the faction marker to see if something is wrong with it. So V. We're C number 2. So it basically is our character information right here. We got, like, you know, weapon, no armor. Base damage 2. Our position, big position, terrain position. There's all this stuff right there. Status effects. Press E to view a detailed buff list. A and D to change what information is shown. E to view the status effects on the character. S to view the character statistics. It seems like your faction marker got corrupted. This means traps detect you as an enemy and attack you. We need to bypass the traps in this room. Press Q to see details. The base defenses seem to be working, but they seem to register us as a threat. We need to circumvent the defenses. The design is pretty old. The trigger plates are connected to the rod towers, RT. If you step on a trigger plate, the rod tower whacks you. There are 2 ways you can bypass these traps. Put items on the floor of the trigger plates. That prevents them from triggering, and you can safely step on them. Activate the trigger plates from the sides. That makes the rod towers hit the air, and they will not work for some time. During that time, you can step on a trigger plate without getting harmed. So, reach safety, cross the trap room. Press L. Drop east. You drop a flask. This seems like a bit much, by the way, but whatever. Not exactly sure what happened at the end there, but I guess we disabled some traps. Equip a sword. Equip armor. To heal. Alright, you wait for 1 turn. You heal 32 and have 200 health because inhaling the smoke of 7 mold feeds. Alright, so A. Kill the last enemy. So what the heck is this guy? I know I took some damage, but what is it? It just says it's an enemy, so... You reach out to your implant and it answers. You are safe for now, but there's a deeper problem with the base. It fails to detect you as part of their faction. Maybe your faction marker got corrupted during the meltdown. You need to reset it, or we can't make use of this base. Reset your faction marker to solve this. The base has infrastructure for this. New clones are integrated using a faction setter. Use it to reset your faction marker. Okay. You insert your head into the machine. It claws into your head and connects to your implant. It changes your implant and sets your faction marker to city number 1. Secure the tile 670 to ensure no attackers get into the base. This means you should go to the tile and kill all enemies you find. Stay there and kill all enemies arriving. You can attack enemies by walking into them, but you can use your environment to your advantage too. Select quest, defend the arena. Okay. You encounter a new stats effect, Berserk. You are in a Berserk rage and are ready to kill. You chase your victims faster and hurt them harder. You need to hurry and move fast or your rage runs out. You wait for 0.1 turns. Why is it telling me to do semicolons now? My stuff is dying into traps. Okay, so you basically press semicolon to just wait for mass amounts of turns. Alright, so reach out to the implant. The base is safe for the moment, but there's a lot left to do. The base seems to be empty, and I recommend we should try to contact command. We need to get promoted to rank 5 to contact command. We need to spawn backup clone to be able to reach rank 5. The base seems to be abandoned, and I recommend we should try to contact the main base. Please select on what to focus on next, so maintain base commands, defenses, contact command, spawn clone, or disable alarm. Something different. Something is cluttering the trap rooms. Trap rooms don't work properly when cluttered, so it would probably be a good idea to clean up the trap room. Probably stuff we basically dropped, right? So okay. It's telling me to abort quest because there's something here, but whatever. Alright, so ensure no attackers get into the base. This means you should go to town and kill the monsters you find. Basically, it's defending the arena again. So I've been told this game is basically a combination of base defense, base building, and roguelike and stuff like that. So Alright, to basically stay for the moment, we're just going to clean up the trap room apparently again. So L and S. I'll drop south. So what does I'll drop do here? So KS. Alright, well, we finally cleaned up the base, so this base seems to be abandoned. We should get in contact with the base commander. This should help us find out what happened. We'll need to spawn a clone first to get to level 5, I guess, so the more clones are available to work, the more work is done. Alright, so WJ to spawn a clone. You use the growth tank to spawn a clone. It is named Carter 7 Power, so CS. Alright, so we spawned a clone. What do you want to do? Contact the base leader. It's not done yet. We can contact command maybe though. So we get promotion. DDW. You put your head into the machine. Its tendrils reach out and touch your implant. As a reward for getting promoted from rank 6 to rank 5, you can select the close combat perk. So you can only have one close combat perk. So special attacks is pop attacks. Your alternate attack is selected on special attacks. Your alternate attack allows you to switch places to be attacked. Let's get this. You got an attack perk. You can do it an alternate attack by pressing shift when attacking. For example, D will attack an enemy to the east normally, and pressing D will do an alternate attack to an enemy to the east. The alternative attack usually costs exhaustion. If you have more than 10 exhaustion, you will do less damage. So try not to exceed 10 exhaustion. You choose special attacks as alternate attacks. You will be able to choose from a variety of attacks. Each attack has different costs and advantages. You will figure it out, apparently. The terminals retrieve. You're rank 5 now. The base is safe for a moment. The base seems to be banned. Contact the main base. So AJ. Permission denied. You need to be at least rank 2 to contact main base. The base seems banned, and I recommend we should try to contact main base. We need to get promoted to rank 2 to contact main base. So get promotion. Promotions to rank 5 to 4 blocked. The base needs to consist of out of at least 6 rooms. Build more rooms. So the base needs to be seems to be banned. I recommend we try to come a base. So going to get promoted. We need to build more rooms to be able to reach rank 4. There is an unfinished build site on coordinates 870. We should complete it. It is too dangerous to work outside right now. The Snackers will kill everybody stepping outside. You may want to kill them. The old build site is overrun with siders. You need to kill the dam before the room can be built. To get a rank 3 promotion, you need at least 3 clones besides you on the base. To WJ. You pick up a glue flask, apparently. The growth tank is filled. Use the growth tank as spawn clone. We get Asher Calf Hammerer. Okay, so we got AC. So we got a couple clones basically running around in here, or at least one clone. Clicking wrong keys there. And we got Isabel Hammercrown. It is too dangerous to work outside. It's actually kill everybody. So we gotta go confront them. So we gotta go GM. Move the tile. AAWWJ. This is a fast move, okay. Press dot dot dot. Use your swarm ability behavior against them. Just steps out of base a little bit and retreat when you're overwhelmed. The Snatchers will not follow you back to the base. Rest and heal and repeat until all Snatchers are dead. I guess the Snatchers are the SN stuff up there, but the Snatcher's greedy eyes track everything in the swamp. It also looks pretty hungry. The Snatchers will attack anything outside the base, but usually do not chase in the rooms. So W. So these are my special attacks, and then we'll go with K for initial strike. Exhaustion +1, damage multiplier free. You encounter new status effects. Slowed. You move slower than usual and are easy to catch. Okay, so let the Snatchers approach very closely. This is where you want to basically, this time so they can't get right on top of you. More coming. So we comment and make them like comment, you know, at us like this. I probably could have filed a little bit more, but whatever. I guess to clean the traps, those clones. You activate the regenerator. It will heal every creature in the room when it pulses. It pulses every 15 ticks. To heal faster, you can use the regenerator directly. You place your hand on the regenerator and it heals you for 4 HP. The regenerator now has 90 charges left. So basically you can heal passively or actively, I guess. Okay. So G, M, fast travel. Wait for the snatches to come back to us. It's a very interesting sort of concept, this game. So KD, whoops, wrong one. I'm guessing there's only so many snatchers left. Let's kill them, I guess. Gonna get me to basically do the heal over here again. I'll note that basically it's going a little bit long, like, you know, this like first section here. You probably could have cut down the, you know, the snatches a little bit, or made, you know, made them all come after you a little bit more, you know, faster. I'm guessing obviously it's hunting down the rest of these guys now. Alright, to basically save for a moment, we need to build more rooms. There's unfinished build site. The old build site has been overrun with sliders. You need to kill them before the room can be built. Clear the build site. So GM Q. You see a spider. Poison is dripping from its fangs. That's misspelled, by the way. It seems to be as persistent as it is patient. Spiders are somewhat dangerous in a fight and are about as fast as a clone. The main risk fighting them is that they can slow you down, preventing an escape. Spiders will always chase after you. You can use that behavior. So we can flee. I'm not literally dragging it back to the base so I can use the traps against it, right, am I? Defend the arena. Of course. So you can attack enemies by walking into them, but you can also use your environment to your advantage too. That's basically what we're doing right now. I do like how your clones sort of like, do menial tasks like that, but whatever. So G, M, DDJ. If this is basically like, procedurally generated, I'm really annoyed, but I will understand. If it's not procedurally generated, I'm just annoyed. Because this is like getting really tedious. And it's dead. So do it again. Like, I know this is basically easy mode, but it feels like easy mode should be like, less tedious, I guess, is a thing. Cool. So you have actually have like sort of like rim world type of like things here, where you basically can do stuff. So cleaning. So someone has like maxed out cleaning, I guess. Now, I realize it took injuries doing that, but Did I break my quest, I wonder? No, I see this bar. What's this billionaire clone? I feel like it. I can't carry more items apparently. Build a room on a build site. Okay. So D. What the heck key is that? It's a backwards J of some sort. Maybe it's L? Maybe I need to pick some items up here. It would be nice, by the way, actually told me when I was picking up here, by the way. Oh yeah, we're picking up walls, apparently, so... We are picking up stuff, picking up walls. Alright, so now we're just going to build the walls. Yep, we're building the walls, so... I guess I need more wall. Seems to be the case. At least the game isn't being too tedious right now and like, make me like, go everywhere to sort of do stuff, but whatever. ASJ. DWJ. I'm not exactly entirely sure what we're doing to sort of build this room, but I understand basically just that we built the room and then we're like doing something else here. I think I just built the door. Yeah, I dropped the door. So you have inventories here. Okay, we built a room. The base is safe for a moment. The base seems to be abandoned. I recommend we should try to contact main base. We should get promoted to rank 2 to contact main base. We should make use of the newly built room. So we can set the floor plan, stop the alarm, get promotion, or spawn and clone. Let's set the floor plan. So we can show map, check schedule, schedule floor plan. Let's show the map, I guess, first. So suggested action DF to set a floor plan. So DF. What floor plan to use? So J, storage apparently. Let's get promoted. So we get to rank 4. We now get jump or endurance run. So endurance run, your alternate movement only costs 8% time, but costs 1 exhaustion. Interesting. You got a special movement perk. You can do special movements by pressing shift when walking. Bumping into enemies will not do special movement. For example, D will move you east normally, and pressing D will do a special movement towards the east. You choose the nearest front as special movement. This means you can move a bit faster, but for a relatively long time. Each step you take will be 20% faster, but will cost you one exhaustion. You cannot run if you have 10 or more exhaustion. As your reward for getting promoted from rank 4 to 3, you can select a ranged attack perk, so line shot or random target shot. Your ranged attack is shooting in a straight line, northwest, east, south, or your ranged attack is shooting in a random target in a room. You chose random target shot as your ranged combat perk. Simple but not ineffective. Press F and someone gets shot. A random enemy is targeted. Each shot will cost you 1 bolt. It's obviously not great against, like, swarms of enemies of a boss, but, great against a lone boss. Promotions from rank 3 to rank 2 are blocked. Kill all enemies on this terrain to unlock promotions to rank 2. We need to clear the terrain from all enemies to get promoted. So, clear terrain. So, S. So you can sharpen your equipped sword, sharpen your sword from inventory. I feel like I'm slow, by the way. Probably from the spider, but whatever. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that, but well. I dropped anyways. Cool, we killed it all. Are those my clones down there? I would say that it'd be nice if there's like a really strong enemy, by the way, that like, could just like kill you if you like don't fight it. But these spires, like, being plentiful and annoying are not fun to deal with. What's this? So you pick up a vial, okay? I got slowed. Probably what would help a lot was like they're a little more aggressive and like, all of them basically come after you or something like that. You pick up a corpse, you pick up a rod. There's the broken up lab. Doing the wrong thing there. Cool, I can get my clone now. What the heck are these? You see a shield bug. It slowly moves, dragging its enormous weight through the mud. The oldest shield bugs have chitin plates almost impenetrable by normal blade. Shield bugs have a lot of HP and are slow. Some are stronger than others. Where are these? You see a golem. It moves with mechanical force. Some of the golems are wrestling hulks, but some are finely tuned killing machines. Some golems are stronger than others, but are not special otherwise. More shield bugs. So I'm not basically doing like initial strikes and then like heavy attacks apparently. Whoops. Cool, it's dead. Okay, I think kill everything. Chop my sword maybe. Gonna do an all drop here. It'd help I hit the capitals twice in a row, but whatever. I know I'm basically hitting the wrong keys constantly, but whatever. couple more golems, I guess. So pick up shipment plates here, by the way. More shield bugs to kill, and a golem. I have to wonder, I'm basically fighting like stuff or just collecting stuff is the idea, I guess. Time to repair my armor, I guess. Or reinforce it, I guess. Some shield bugs. Are they all on the same tile? I get the feeling that was a bug, by the way. Now I know by I'm basically pressing a lot of keys, and I find like a little bit, cumbersome. So if there was some way to basically like reduce the amount of keys being pressed, that'd be probably a good idea. Maybe you could have like a hotkey that basically takes you to like near storage or something like that, and you can like, drop everything all at once. Rather than like manually doing what you're basically doing right here. I think I basically go up to like base command for this video, but it is turning out to be quite a chore here. like a hotkey basically like take me to like the next like any like tile or whatever would be like nice. Kind of like this. All right, let's go commotion, GM, C. As a reward for getting promoted to rank 3 to 2, you can select a true perk, max health boost, max movement speed. Let's go for movement. This is an improvement on one of your stats. You don't need to activate this perk. You move twice as fast now. Contact main base. Sadly, the demo ends here. Give me feedback on what to improve. Also consider supporting me financially to see the full version. Just kidding. You can play the whole game if you want. It would be a good time to give me feedback though. Alright, well, that's basically a demo. I think the biggest issue I have with the game is that there's like a lot of keys basically to press. And well, I'm not entirely sure what I'm basically doing in a lot of the cases. I build walls should be pretty self-explanatory. You pick up the pieces. I guess for a lot of stuff, I was basically dumping stuff into storage. I'm not really sure it's basically necessary to have, but I can see point of it, I guess, but whatever. All right, well, hopefully that'd be useful to show view for the developer. That's the entire purpose of doing the video. So take care.